ain't no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove stew, yes I am. With groove I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me to bust loose and break free. I'm dancing to my dreams, bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Who knows who I am? 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am.
Hello and welcome to the Groovy Marketer Podcast. Today we have a special guest with us in the studio. One of the co-founders of Groove.cm is Donna Fox. Flew in from Las Vegas today, and she's going to be joining us. And over here we've got in the peanut gallery, John Cornetta moved over, gave the spot to Donna. He's on the right, co-founder of Groove, and Joe Jablonski, also co-founder of Groove. And we've got some two topics we want to talk about today. A big smile comes to my face. We'll talk about that one in a minute. We're going to be talking about the new open rates that happened with
iOS 15.
iOS. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. And we're also going to be talking about, there's been some big industry news going on now with ClickFunnels announcing at Funnel Hacking Live ClickFunnels 2.0. So we're gonna save that until after the commercial break. So we're going to talk. Right now, we'll jump in. I'm going to turn my chair this way. I'll be facing this way. So I'm actually talking to people. So Donna, we have some news that we knew that was coming down the pike about Apple with their on iOS and iPad devices is kind of like reading the text in an email, not really reading, but they're pulling the data in, and then that's fired as an open rate. So every platform, GrooveMail, Aweber, MailChimp, Infusionsoft, everything, the entire email marketing industry has been dreading this day. And it just happened because a new update went into effect. And there was some recent articles about that, right?
Yeah, so there are two big things to talk about here is the impact on open rates, but also what else it affects. Because there are some other consequences to this that other people don't talk about because they're not doing things like deadline funnels like we are.
Yeah.
So what is happening is that when an email gets sent into the Apple email client that reads the email, it's doing a quick read of the email. So it's downloading your view pixel. And there's a little invisible pixel. It's a 1x1 white pixel that sits in the background of an email when it gets sent out. And what Apple is doing is it's downloading the whole email. So it's reading, it's pinging that pixel. And the pixel is what communicates back to any of the email services that gives the open rate. So what we're seeing now is that your open rates are going to go sky high as soon as you send. Immediately after you send, you'll be thinking that all of your subscribers are just sitting there waiting to hang on to your every word and open your email and read it. And it's simply not true.
Yeah.
It's Apple devices.
So let's talk about that. I think I just got educated on something that it makes sense, but I didn't realize it was that. So it's not everybody with an Apple device that's using something else to check their email. It's if they use the email client,
That's correct.
like Microsoft Outlook, or using Apple Mail, the little blue mail icon.
Yep.
All right, which I don't use, but I think I'm different than most people. I think most people probably do check. I use the Gmail app to check
Interesting.
my.
Yeah. I use the blue little mail icon.
Oh,
so.
really? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that and see what you like about it, because I like to. What, John? What do you use?
I use the Gmail.
Yeah.
I use the Gmail app. I don't use the little blue one. It's like Microsoft-ish.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So let me ask you this then, Donna. What do you use on your Mac?
I use webmail on my
Oh,
Mac.
okay. So
Yeah.
So me seeing you using the Apple Mail would be just as surprising as if I told you that I use the Apple Mail instead of the web online.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because they do a pretty good job with the mobile app experience with the Gmail app. Interesting. But something you said before we went live was that Gmail's been doing this.
Gmail's been doing this all along, and most people don't realize that because it's been going on for so long. They don't, it's not, no, there's no hoopla about it. It's not a change. But yeah, Gmail has been reading emails into the client as well. So that's why whenever you send an email, you have an instant bump in open rates. It's not people actually opening your email.
Right.
So open rates have never been accurate. And they're inaccurate in both ways. They're false positives because Gmail's reading it, but they're also false negatives because people are often reading your email in the preview screen.
Yeah.
So they're not even actually opening your email, but they're still reading it.
Yeah, they're getting a sense of what it's about. John, you were going to say?
That Gmail really started doing that when they started segmenting the emails. You remember when Gmail came out and they said, this is promotional.
Promotion tabs.
Yeah.
And all those things, and it just kind of killed it for a while.
Yeah.
That's when they had to look at the email in order to
Decide
categorize.
it was
From what I remember, I think that they were doing it. I think it goes back to when they were displaying AdSense. They were reading the context of your email for AI and saw that it was a vacation, so that they would instantly, before you even open the email, it would be like discount trips to Jamaica, because somebody said, why don't you come visit us for a surprise party in Jamaica, something like that. So
So here's what is true. Like open rates have changed. So your open rate today is going to be different from your open rate 2 weeks ago. However, it's still a rate. And a rate is really just a guideline for
Just
whether
like-
you're going up or going down.
you just don't know your true open rate.
Right.
That's the thing. Is so before this, you would have had a high open rate because Gmail was opening all of the emails anyway. And I'm sure people can try to factor in what that is. But so here, there's a couple of things that we can talk about. We can talk about the fact that you can still split test subject lines, because if let's just say because of Apple, you're going to see a 50% open rate. You might see a 50% and a 57% with two different subject lines. So you'll still know that one subject line is performing better than the other.
Exactly.
Right. All
That's
right.
exactly right.
So that hasn't completely gone to poop. The next thing is, I know that we were one of the first people to introduce countdown timers into emails in our previous company.
Yep.
And we're doing that with Groove and just about to release that new builder for email. Countdown timers will work, but not for people using the Apple devices.
That's exactly right.
But it didn't work
So,
in Gmail. I'm curious about that. That's what's strange.
that is curious.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And I think it depends on how they do the reading.
Yeah, we know that
So
Apple's doing a full read.
they're doing a full read.
They're really
Yep.
doing like an open, like a full pop.
So what this means is when you set a countdown timer in an email, it's usually set to, you have a couple options. It's set to a specific time. So if something's closing at midnight, that countdown timer will see what the time is and give you an accurate countdown timer. But often it's 2 hours after they open. So you want to trigger that countdown timer during the open rate. And what's happening now on the iOS devices is that countdown timer is getting triggered by Apple and not by the actual user who's opening it. So the timers will be 0 by the time they get back.
So Donna, you mentioned before something about funnels. What did you call them?
Deadline funnels?
Deadline funnels. I just drew a blank.
Yeah.
You were talking about deadline funnels, which basically the way that'll work, correct me if I'm wrong, is old school method would be I have video 1, video 2, video 3, and a cart day open, and I would say send this on day 1, send this on day 2, send this on day 3, and send this on day 4. And now I can say, if you watch this video, is it anything to do with that?
So we used this when we launched Kartra. We had a kind of a rolling entry, and we would tell people, you can come, you may not be able to get in, but you can get on the waiting list to get in. And then 15 minutes later, they got an email that said a spot was available, and they had 45 minutes with a 45-minute countdown timer. So
that was in the email.
It was in the email. And then they got on the page, and the countdown timer matched the page. So they looked like they had that 45-minute window.
It'll still work. It'll still work on the page. It'll give them 15 minutes from when they open the email. What's going to happen is the countdown timer is going to say expired in the email. So you probably don't want to use a countdown timer in the email and simply just say you have 15 minutes from the time you click this link. You might have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've reserved it for you, and
and you put a fake 15-minute countdown timer in.
Yeah.
You have a 15-minute countdown timer GIF. That.
Countdown. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
that'll work pretty well.
I like to call myself the queen of the workaround, so we'll figure out how to make it happen, no matter what iOS does.
I think doesn't it also depend on how many people are actually using Apple to look at their email? Like you and I just said we don't. We use Gmail.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does.
So I'd like to see how many.
Well, we do have some results. Let me pull my screen up over here. Just bear with me just a minute while I get that group up. And that's in my Groove Mail. We have our own internal chat about all this type of stuff. So let's pull that up. All right, let me drag these over onto my screen here.
I have, in the meantime, completely lost my earpiece in the jungle that is my hair.
Oh, yeah, that happened to me last week. All right, so, okay, we can show my screen now here in StreamYard. I'll do that. I'll add it to the stream. All right, so what we're seeing right here, this is by SparkPost. They're one of the most respected, email technology companies in the industry, and they have incredible blog and communication and newsletter that they're always talking to us about this information. So here's what they said here. Let's zoom my screen in so that this will look a little bit easier to read. And it says, wondering what's happened since Apple's mail privacy protection went into effect, which was essentially right after the Apple event. They allowed users to start rolling out the new iOS upgrade. We saw proxied opens increase and then level off by the end of the weekend, which means it's the new level because everybody's downloading the new iOS software. As proxies opened, as proxied opens increased, so did overall opens. In short, MPP, which is mail privacy protection, okay? MPP is having an impact already. So this was a bad news article basically saying, hey, everything that we thought would be the case is the case. So here what we're seeing is Apple Mail not proxied, and these are the dates, September 13th all the way through September 25th, and then proxied Apple Mail, which basically you can see that when the iOS released, you're starting to see, and then here, as they said, it's leveled off. So it appears that it's going to be affecting about 10 to 12% of open rates. Over time, that might get up to about 15%. But as you can see, it's not the end of the world completely. Or is this blue also danger, Donna? Apple Mail non-proxy?
No, not also danger.
Okay.
That really is just the difference between the emails that are getting opened by the machine versus a human. And like we said before, it's an index. It's like you can't look at take a stock index. You can't look at the S&P 500 and know what any one of those stocks are doing. It's the same way with your open rate. You can't look at that rate and know what any one of your emails are really doing. But if you use it as an index, and once it levels off, it will still be a good indication of whether or not one email has good open rates compared to another. But you never want to use it to say, well, 375 people opened that email. That number is always a lie, and it always has been a lie.
Got it. Now over here, there's another tab that was shared with us from campaigngenius.io, and then it says MPP, which is what we're talking about, which is mail privacy protection. So I'm going to post that link in the chat for you guys as well. And this here says Apple email traffic report. And what's interesting here is that it like spiked, but then came back down. That's pretty interesting right here.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that was just a lot of people. I have no idea why that might have went
That could
up.
be a weekday versus a weekend too. I can't see the dates from here, but
It's the 25th. And so the 25th, let's see what date that was. That was a Saturday and Sunday. So interesting.
there you go.
Add this pixel to your outbound campaigns. That's just probably an ad there. All right, so it's showing here at 12.7% MPP. All right, so those are two links that you want to be able to monitor over the coming weeks to see if those go up. So let me turn this back around here like this. I don't think I think the people in the mail industry are a little more paranoid about it because they built their entire companies on it, and they're the ones that are losing sleep over it.
Yeah.
My thought is this, and I dare even think this, right, and put this out into the universe, is that Apple, we don't know if this is a war against Facebook because, Facebook and Google, and they know how big they are into advertising, and Apple doesn't really have an advertising platform. If this was kind of like a shot across the bow, like, all right, we're going to make your life miserable. But let's entertain this fact. Any browser that you use inside of iOS is actually, believe it or not, built on the iOS, on the Safari browser. And then, so even the Google Chrome browser on your Apple device is a Safari browser dressed to work like, it's actually not Chrome. It's all of your settings pulled in and dressed up in a style sheet around a Safari browser.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So Apple controls every single web experience, either through an open browser tab that loads the Safari interface, like in Skype, if it loads it in the same browser, or in Facebook when it opens up a modal. And it actually, of course, has Safari. So what would happen? I dare to even think this. What would happen? Because this is just something new. What happened last time is they were blocking cookies. What would happen if they decided to just block cookies across just everything? Or just like really just declare war on everything.
That is kind of what Gmail did a while ago when they gave the users the option to say don't load images.
Yeah.
Once you got the option to not load images in your email, then
No open rates as well.
No open rates,
Yeah.
no tracking. No. So that's why it's always been, negative on both ends. They open for you, they keep your images away,
What do you think the reason for that was? I've got my thoughts.
I think it's just a sense of protection. People want to be able to read their emails fast, and back when they started offering it, the internet was a lot slower place than it is now. So maybe people didn't want to wait images to load. Maybe they were afraid of offensive images loading. I mean,
here's my thought.
Yeah.
I would, because Apple is more about protection than Google, right? So,
well, that's true.
So I would think that there was somebody in a meeting one day that said, hey, we have 1 billion people using Gmail, and preloaded images are putting this resource on our servers. And if we have people opt in to load the images, we suspect that it could be this, which could probably save us about $3 million a month, in server costs because of the amount of bandwidth that they have. Just curious. And also with email readers that are going in, it's probably preloading all those images, calls to the servers, and who knows? Could have been. So the beautiful thing with the Mac computer and the PC is that that was never developed like iOS. Like Apple doesn't have control of what you do on your computer. No control. They tried to institute some of those restrictions, and they really pushed the Apple App Store. And in the App Store, they have a little bit more control. And now they started to do things about 5 years ago that was pretty mean. That if you downloaded a software somewhere else, you had to unlock your preferences and accept to get people to get into the App Store, which was pretty devious, if you ask me. And I've actually had, even me, I'm pretty technical, and I know that I have to go in and I have to change the security settings. But we're lucky in that sense, because I think that if Apple had control of the desktop, they could, and they decided to just stop cookies altogether, like they did on the iPhones, that could have destroyed the internet. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I mean, there'd be no way to track anything. Even right now, in the limited version that they're doing, we know the chaos that it caused just on Facebook ads, and that was just with the handheld devices in the last iOS update. Who's to say that they can't do that one day? And who's to say that their master plan is to become the one and only advertising platform or the one and only social network or whatever?
Yeah. I don't think Apple wants to get into social network. They tried once. Do you remember that failed thing that they did in iTunes? And it actually had a name and everything, and they just...
I do. I don't remember the name of it, though. But yeah.
Type in the chat, guys, if you remember what the name Apple had a short-lived... they were really big about it. They brought it out into iTunes, and they said that it was a whole social network, and it failed. And so Donna and I were talking in the car on the way here today. Like, we were talking about gaming, and we said, I wonder why Apple never bought Activision. And you can tell that Apple is really disciplined in the way, like, they know what industry they want to be in. And there were other companies that are just going to be like, hey, we'll just buy everything. And certainly, Microsoft was like that early in the beginning. Obviously, Amazon is extremely diversified, buying things like Whole Foods, but it all makes a big play. But Amazon bought Twitch. They went into gaming. Microsoft, obviously, because they have the Xbox, they bought out game publishers, and so they could have exclusive rights to Halo and things like that. And you would think that because Apple has such a big push, their gaming is the mobile device, which makes a lot more money than people would think in gaming. I just thought that 2 acquisitions for Apple would have made sense. One would have been Netflix, because they have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
And I know they had these talks in board meetings, I'm sure, because they decided to create Apple TV Plus. So they have the show like The Morning Show and these different shows. And I don't know, I just think it would have been smarter to buy Netflix. And now they're a media company, because you're seeing AT&T. Who did they merge with? I forget, but like
Disney, right?
No, I think HBO Max, because I remember John Oliver was making fun of his new bosses over at AT&T when he makes fun of them. So like AT&T is HBO, Time, Warner, AOL, that whole huge property there. And you're seeing Verizon, made deals like, so they would have had a chance to be a media company
too. They just gather up other companies around them, get so big, and then start breaking up all those companies again. And eventually the FTC will come in and say, you're too much of a monopoly. You have to divest this, divest that. So
we're seeing that in which one are we seeing that with Amazon? Amazon. They're basically trying to say. So there's a really good documentary on this with Amazon, and you see how careful that Amazon employees and managers or spokespeople will never say Amazon. They will talk about Amazon
Web Services, or Amazon Delivery.
Exactly. So that allows them to say, well, when it comes to web services, we're only this. When it comes to selling books, we're only this. But overall, they get 33% of all e-commerce on the web. But in each vertical, they're sometimes only 8% or whatever the case is. So they're being very, very smart, because they could easily get broken up. And them, and they own a media company with the Washington Post. Do you think that Apple should have bought Netflix?
I think it would have been a good move.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have hurt them at all, but I understand if they wanted to not be in the streaming video entertainment business, if they want to stick with devices and things that are streamed on devices,
Yeah. I mean, they created Apple TV Plus, so they created their own Netflix. They have like the big announcement with all these exclusive stars that they have, and I think they put out 21 different TV shows, or over time they were going to be doing that. So I
was not even aware of that. I mean, really not aware. I've heard Apple TV, but not realizing that
they call it Apple TV Plus. So they gave you free for 6 months, and then it's $4.99 a month, because they realize they can't compete with Netflix, because all they have for content is original shows. But do you know the show, The Morning Show, with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon?
No.
So
I'm watching that.
Who's the actor that played Michael Scott? Why am I blanking on his name?
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell basically plays who's the guy from
well, that's an all-star cast.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Steve Carell is basically playing Matt Lauer.
Got it.
And Jennifer Aniston is playing like a Katie Couric type of character. And then you have Reese Witherspoon, who's like this independent journalist, like, will curse on the air and I'm out of here. And like, she's a real fighter for, social justice warrior.
Mhm.
And so Steve Carell crosses that line of, hey, this has been old television. You look great today. You're wearing the outfit that I like. And he was kind of that guy, but it was like almost part of the way things were in television until Me Too came.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just smacked him in the face. And then there's obviously, and then it builds and builds.
So Matt Lauer.
It's Matt Lauer. Yeah. It's and it's a great show. So you're not aware about, how about
the Beastie
guy-
Boys documentary? They also have an Apple
Yeah.
TV.
Wait, I saw that. So apparently I'm aware of.
Yeah, then
I do not power the entertainment in my house.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're usually
I
working on
leave
your
that-
laptop
I'm
while the
usually
TV's
working, painting, drawing, and Curtis is
Jason
powering the
Momoa, you
entertainment.
know him, right?
Oh yes, I definitely know
yeah,
Jason
okay.
Momoa.
He's the so he has a show, I forget, but all the characters can't see in this TV show.
Interesting.
And I refuse to watch a show where people can't see it. It would drive me crazy. I don't know why. But yeah, so there's a good dozen shows. Oh, there's an award-winning one. They won like five Emmys. It's with Jason Sudeikis. He's got his own show there. They pulled a lot of top people from Hollywood. And so when they did that, my thought was, why not just buy Netflix and add more shows there? Because it's about media companies.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And in that same sense, I thought Activision would, because they have so much cash. Why not buy a gaming company? Activision, it's Activision Blizzard, and they own, everything.
I don't know, Mike. Why didn't Groove buy Chatmatic?
Well,
Sorry.
well, all right. So let's talk about that, and then I want to talk with John about something with advertising in just a minute. So that's a good question. So we did buy Chatmatic, and we then were $350,000 into a buyout. We don't have to say any more of the details of what we purchased it for. That wouldn't be fair. And we were also working on Review Trust and 22 Apps and Usign, and working with Travis with Chatmatic and all those different companies. There was a lot going on with, number one, why aren't you on Groove? All right. Our entire team is helping them redesign their site, getting them in there. All of our resources were being taken away from marketing to do that. And then helping them set up their products and their affiliate program and their butterfly marketing and weekly meetings. And when can we do a launch? And how come you didn't give me enough love during the launch? And when's your event? And am I going to be speaking there because I got a presentation? I'm really counting on all of this stuff. And then you roll that out times 5 and all these different people. And our week was 60-70% talking about other companies. And we saw what to me was really good news. And I'll even give the rumor full credibility. There's arguments in the chat that Russell Brunson, one thing is clear. Russell Brunson said at ClickFunnels, at Funnel Hacking Live, that they recently turned down an offer that would have made them, both partners, several $100 million. And then somebody was saying, no, I actually heard them say they turned down $1 billion offer. So let's assume that's true. ClickFunnels, funnel builder, not a page builder, we'll talk about ClickFunnels 2.0 in a minute, but $1 billion company. But before that, we saw our friends, people that I know, that were at Andy's wedding. I know these guys, and I send them text messages and they respond. I don't know if Travis is part of the company because I don't hear his name as much, but let's assume it is. But I know Kenny is. Kenny Reuter, Travis from Kajabi. They got a $2 billion valuation and say, well, it's just a valuation. Well, somebody wrote a check for $580 million based on that valuation. So I don't care if it was a $580 million valuation. They got $500 million, a check went in. 4 days later, Active Campaign got a $3 billion valuation. MailChimp just got purchased for 11 million or 13 billion. Yeah. 12 billion. Yeah. So Groove Member, something that we're looking to make better than Kajabi. If it was just Groove Member, that's a $2 billion company. If we focus just on the funnels, well, that's a $1 billion company. If we focus just on GrooveMail, active campaign, 3 billion, right? And so if we already have Groove, which is all of these things and better, and people are starting to really fall in love with our brand, like we have to smack ourselves in the face and say, what the hell are we doing, right? Why do we need these other things? So now I'm going to bring this back to
Apple and
with
Netflix.
Apple, and I believe, I think with Apple. So let's start with Netflix. Was it apparently they wanted to get into the into that business and get people the eyeballs. I think that Apple is probably not afraid more than any other company in the world to say, we can do it ourselves. Like if they do want to go into an industry, Apple will buy some smaller companies, but they don't make it keep it running as a separate company, right? They buy technology that you don't even know about, and it becomes Siri and things like that. And so I just think that they think they have the best developers in the world, and they just say, well, we're going to develop it ourselves. Now, when it comes to the gaming, I think that they're just happy being in the mobile gaming business, and they're
so
not
too.
that type of company that just wants to have, more of a Warren Buffett type of thing. We'll have this, and that. If they don't see it serving the ultimate vision, so talk about a company that has a real mission statement and vision statement. If they have a lot of money and they can buy something just to buy it, they really say, how does that fit into this vision? And I don't think owning a company like Activision does.
Yeah. And I feel the same way about Netflix as well. Like that's a good reason for them not to buy Netflix, because it doesn't really support their otherwise business model. Of course, I didn't know about their Apple TV. Plus,
Yeah.
so.
I'll show you that later today. So John, you had told me about something, and so guys, what's really nice about this podcast is we're experimenting right now on different types of things, whether or not, like we said, we're going to do like headlines, but we're going to leave that for Groove Copy Wednesdays. So this is more of topics and conversations that we would have. We probably delve a little bit deeper in there because we know you're listening, and we know that some things need more context. But having said that, a lot of this is fly on the wall conversations, and myself and Joe and John and Donna and Matt, we don't always get to talk, certainly not all together. So sometimes there are questions that I want to talk to John or Joe or Donna about that I'm going to be saving for these podcasts. So,
great.
All right. So
It's sort of like we don't want to talk before the podcast starts. Like we were just talking about this ClickFunnels 2.0, and John said we haven't had the conversation with him yet. Let's stop talking.
yeah.
Or like when you say, if you got $1 billion valuation, would you take it, John?
Yeah. Yeah, we spoke about that last week. Excuse me. So, all right, John, you told me or the group the other day, hey, there's something that our agency just experimented with, and it's having some really, really good results. It's a new type of advertising. And I said, I had 2 responses. Wow, that's great. Those numbers look good. What exactly is such and such? And then you gave me like a link. I opened up a page and didn't read up on it. What is this new type of advertising?
It's an ad serving network, similar to Google, but it serves it in a lot of different places than Google does. That's my understanding of it. I'm not
Are you talking about Criteo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Criteo is a syndicator, an ad syndicator.
Okay.
So it puts your advertising on people who
Other
join the
pages.
Criteo network and the publishers.
So
Yeah.
it's what do they call that? Omni-channel.
It's an omni-channel marketing platform.
agency. Okay.
Exactly.
And I remember when that first came out, maybe like 12, 13 years ago, I started hearing of companies that like would syndicate, because the first one that had it was like Google, it was AdSense. And then you were able to just have one platform that was working with all different companies out there. All right. So now, John, you showed us, let me open up my Skype in a separate thing here. And I'm just going to look up what you had sent us here. I believe a link of the ads that were actually working.
We're going to show everybody that.
It's pretty close to the
It's just
bottom.
they see them, they click on them, right?
It's pretty close to the bottom of the antimatter chat. If you
Oh,
just
is
want
that
to go
where it
there.
was?
Yeah.
But I sent it to you too.
But I think you'll be able to find it faster. So just scroll up till you see numbers. Should be right there. And they're the
Okay.
top set of numbers.
Okay. So those are the numbers. Where's the link? That
Yeah,
John...
I sent it to you.
Oh, a link.
Oh, you sent it to me.
I sent it to you.
Did you send that in a text?
I think I sent it to me, you, and Matt. It's in either in main 3 or just me and you.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. So I'm not embarrassed about showing our ads. These are just banner ads. If they were Facebook ads with a lot of stuff. So not showing. Did that die or something? Let's reload that. All right, John, we don't get to show our ads.
Hey.
Well, I'll give the punchline then while you're doing that. I'll just talk
Okay,
about what
cool.
the ads were. The very interesting
Was I even
thing-
sharing my screen? I probably wasn't even sharing my screen. Oh, so it don't worry, folks. You didn't see anything because the
you saw a whole
URL
lot of
came up
nothing.
blank. So, all right.
The interesting thing about the ads from this ad network is that the cost of a free account was double Facebook and Google, but so was the conversion.
Interesting.
Mhm.
You're right. It's just
Yeah.
better
It
quality.
was just a better quality visitor using the
Yeah.
Criteo ads versus,
And-
and it makes sense.
But doesn't that make sense? They would say, "Hey, we're going to get you better quality, but you're going to pay." And
That's
that,
right.
so if
Yeah.
you're getting crap leads, you want to pay less. Hey, these
Right.
leads aren't good. I don't want to pay premium for it.
You're also usually only the only advertiser on that page when someone is landing on a page where there's retargeting. And you've all seen it. You've gone to a website after you visited the Groove account, and suddenly you've got a Groove ad at the top and a Groove ad down the side and a Groove ad in the middle of that website because they're on the Criteo platform. And it tends to work that way. One ad will appear on the page. So you have that impact of this thing that I was just looking at is everywhere because you're getting retargeted on Criteo.
I still fall for that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know about you guys, but is Alaric following you around?
Everywhere.
Right. So maybe at one point we went to ad outreach or something, and
Yeah.
like he's everywhere now, and which is good news because that means he knows
Right.
what he's doing with the omni-channel
That's right.
retargeting.
Versus a Facebook ad where people are just scrolling and, someone scrolls past your ad, Facebook considers that a view.
Hmm.
They've viewed your ad and they've just scrolled past it.
Yeah.
And then there's independent companies that will do the retargeting for you in addition to your retargeting.
Mhm.
There's a company called Shoelace, which started out in e-com, which is now kind of expanding even to digital. And what they're saying is, give us a shot at doing your retargeting on top of your retargeting. So that's another one you might want to show is shoelace.com.
Say that again. Give us your retargeting on top of your retargeting.
Yeah. And so what they're saying is we can reach places in retargeting that you can't reach. We can, and I know for a fact that they can, because when I was doing really heavy e-com, they were just killing it for me. They were getting better numbers on retargeting than I was getting on my own retargeting.
Wow.
Wow, what a great domain name. It's not a .io or AI, and it's just Shoelace, and doesn't mean anything, I'm sure.
It's kind of tying up your extra sales.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that you could find a way, like we did with .cm, right? Customers matter. We really thought that out really well. All right, so this is again. What you're saying, John, is there's some premium ad platforms out there that are just doing a better job at finding you better leads, and they're premium services.
Yeah.
You pay a premium, but everybody is totally fine to pay a premium if it gives you the results.
If
Right.
I had to place a bet, I would say that Shoelace is providing consecutive ads and they move people from one ad bucket to another. So you get taken down a path of a story and more details and more intimate. So they're not seeing the same ad over time. So somebody goes into one retargeting ad. So they see the first ad that gets them there. Then they go to one retargeting ad and then they see that and they don't respond. They go into the next retargeting ad that gets a little more, or attacks another angle, and they go in the next retargeting bucket. You can keep moving people from one ad bucket to another through a journey. And most advertisers don't do this. We're not doing it right now. At least I don't believe that we are.
Yeah.
But it has definitely shown to be a very proven, effective retargeting strategy, is to send people through ad sets that talk to them, and it makes it almost like a serial conversation that they're having.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Well, talking with John Benson yesterday about, the importance of the emails that are in your, you weren't on the Groove Copy
I was
Wednesday.
not.
Okay. So we spoke about cart abandonment, and that the email, we have to do this.
Mhm.
And we should probably change our cart to multi-step. Oh, and by the way, I told Anrup, need to put the email before you choose the price.
Yes, I can't take notes right now.
Yeah,
So.
no, I already told him. So basically, Groove Copy Pro has 3 email sequences. The first email, Agora Publishing has said is responsible for $400 million in sales in their company.
Wow.
Yeah, $400 million in sales. They said, like everybody else, they get an 80% cart abandon rate. They get the email. Groove Copy Pro has these things customized for your niche, but all the magical words are in there. Mm-hmm. And I said to John, it's like, that's the most beautiful thing about marketing, is anything that you put out there is the worst it's ever going to be. And the ways to optimize this, either through advertising or a cart abandon or an exit pop, or what the exit pop should do, or having a live chat that we are so surprised that these things work. Here's the thing. We have 100 visitors and we have a 1% conversion. Let's say 3%. That's a long way to get to 100.
Yeah.
So there's things that you can do to improve and improve and improve. And so you'll get to 4.5%, 6%, 7%. And then you do the pop-up technique and then the follow-up and the cart abandon. You're only getting up to 8%. But you took your business from
doubled.
Yeah. If you're going from 1% to 8%, right, you're 8x, right? So that's the beautiful thing about marketing and these types of podcasts. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be taking a short commercial break to let you know about the lifetime offer that's expiring with the Groove platform, which is expiring very, very soon, and we're going to be going to $299 a month. And when we come back, some pretty big news in the industry, I can't even talk about this without smiling, is ClickFunnels announced ClickFunnels 2.0. We're going to talk about that and what our reaction to that is when we come back. We'll be right back. Hi, my name is Mike Filsame, CEO and co-founder of Groove. We hope that you're enjoying this special Groove presentation. While we're taking our short break, now is a great time to learn more about Groove and the amazing upgrade opportunity that's ending very soon. If you're watching this on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, or you're wondering what Groove is all about, then you're going to want to head to groove.cm and grab your free account. That's groove.cm, because customers matter. We have the best software on the planet for digital and e-commerce marketers, and it's absolutely free for you to get started, and there's no credit card required. If you're a little bit more advanced than a newbie, or you know that you're going to be a successful online entrepreneur one day, then you really want to consider taking advantage of our limited time upgrade. Just visit groove.cm/upgrade now to lock in this incredible upgrade. For a very limited time, you can get lifetime access. That's right, lifetime access, and unlock our entire platform, a marketing suite of powerful tools, over 17 apps in all, designed to give you everything you need to be an e-commerce or digital marketer. Also, when you go to groove.cm/upgrade, there's a video there that explains everything. But here's the important thing. Right now, you can get lifetime access to this incredible suite of tools for just a one-time price of $19.97, and you'll never have to pay us anything again, ever, period. You can even break those payments up to 2 payments of just $19.99 or 3 payments of just $6.99. That's right, just $699 unlocks your lifetime account today. If you add up all of the tools in Groove, a website builder, a landing page and funnel builder, a shopping cart, affiliate management, an e-commerce store, email marketing, membership sites, a blogging platform built for SEO, professional video hosting, social proof widgets, webinars, streaming, videos, and so much more. With the other guys, you're paying over $3,500 per month, or $25,000 to $35,000 per year, each and every year, to run your business. And those other complicated platforms don't do half of what Groove does. But what if you could pay $19.97 one time and never have to pay anything ever again? And what if all of those tools were better, more powerful, easier to use than anything else out there? All while integrated to work with each other, all in one dashboard. Of course, you would say, where do I sign? But now I have to mention, you need to do this right now, today, because this lifetime offer for $19.97 is expiring, and it expires very soon. In fact, to see how much time is left, And if there's still time, please go to groove.cm/upgrade or log into the app and click the pink upgrade button in the top right corner. You see, when this lifetime offer expires, the new price will be $299 per month, each and every month, for fewer features than what you can get right now for just $19.97. You don't want to miss out on this literal deal of a lifetime. Upgrade to the lifetime platinum deal now. So do this now. Visit groove.cm/upgrade and lock in the lowest price we've ever offered. Those of you that pass on this lifetime offer today will be paying as much as $299 per month. Don't let that be you. Get this lifetime deal for a one-time payment of just $19.97, and you'll never have to pay us anything again, ever, period. And remember, you can even break the payments up into just 2 payments of $9.99 or just 3 payments of $699. So visit groove.cm/upgrade or just log into your account and click on the pink button in the top right corner that says upgrade. Again, groove.cm/upgrade. So go ahead, do that now. Visit groove.cm/upgrade. And now, back to the show. And we're back. and you just snuck up on us, folks. At least give us a warning. How about a countdown timer? All right. So we're back, and we're going to talk about ClickFunnels 2.0. John knows nothing about this. He kept talking to me during the break and saying, well, and I said, hold it for live. I want to get the full question. So John, you had said something. Well, first you said you heard some news that something big was happening, and then you also said, here's what I think it is. So go ahead. What do you think it is?
Oh, well, I think it's going to become a more all-in-one platform, and that he's going to, I don't think he's going to do e-com. I don't think it's going to be e-com, but I think it's going to, is it?
He's not going to do Shopify, but he's going to go more into a cart that can do shipping and coupons and supplements and
an actual store.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other things that he was doing with, what was he calling it? Backpack, or that other
Backpack was an affiliate program.
Right.
And he always had a way for you to process and create a sale. But yes, he's going into products. He's going to have a product catalog. I don't know what he's going to do for affiliate. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I hope he does. I really, really hope he gets into affiliate. And he's getting into marketing automation, which is email, text messages, and voice. They just purchased Brad Callen's company, which was Doodly. And what was the other one? Drawerly, or like one was drawing.
Yeah.
Is that Doodly? And then there was like a cartoonly one, like
Begin with a V.
Voomly is the Kajabi competitor.
Got it. That one.
So yeah, so he bought one that you see an arm drawing, and then one which is an animation of like colorful cartoon characters. I think that's a value add. I think the real play was that he purchased what hadn't come out yet, and or maybe it didn't. I wasn't aware of it. It's Voomly, and it's a Kajabi competitor. So
my only question is, and I love the text and whatnot, and I thought that's something we should explore at some time. But for what he's charging right now, he's going to add on all this. Where's the price?
Let me tell you what's actually happening, because we happen to know, because it was live. Like they published this, and then 19,000 people made YouTube videos about it.
And we all started getting text messages and added to chats from Groovesters who were at Funnel Hacking Live, feeding us the information about what was happening.
Yeah. Now I would share that and put that on my screen, but to be honest with you, those are images from Funnel Hacking Live, and I don't know if that's public. So, you would show it?
Well, I would show
No, I would.
I would show the one. The one with the numbers?
with the pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I would show that one.
So I'll show that in a minute. So let me reenact this. And please, folks, don't go in the comments and say you didn't say that. I'm having my my creative license here. Okay.
I also want to be clear that we have not seen the announcement. We haven't seen a video of the announcement. We have all sorts of information from people who have given it to us.
And there's been people that were there
Mhm.
that are ClickFunnels raving fans.
Yep.
That made YouTube videos. In fact,
I just not to show that screenshot. Just tell the numbers. Just maybe tell the numbers. In all caution, just tell the numbers as opposed to
That is the page.
it basically just shows load times for the companies that they said, and,
we're on there.
Yeah,
and
we're on there.
Oh, hey.
And we
Very
were-
favorably.
and we were the best of all of them and better than ClickFunnels 1.0. And we were so strong that the
Mhm.
ClickFunnels 2.0, like, so this is what it was, like Shopify 5.6, Kartra 2.2.
So let's put it in context. They were comparing page
Let me
speed
just pull it up.
for
Let me
pages
pull it
built
up.
on all the different platforms, how fast they loaded on that platform, on ClickFunnels, and on ClickFunnels 2.0.
Yeah, but I really want to get to the heart of some stuff here. So we'll
Yeah.
show this real quick, and
I almost feel like there's so much we need to talk about this. We're talking about it radially instead of linearly. We're just like
right. That's why I
dumping
want
a bunch of stuff in here.
because of this. Do you know what we had called that group?
I think it's CF 2.0.
CF. It was CF. Right. All right. So there it is. And let me just go into the gallery, and then I'll pull this over there. Joe, are you crunching?
Sorry. Just got an ice drink in my iced
Yeah.
coffee and just went there.
All right, guys. So let's add my screen to the stream here. Okay. All right, John. I don't know if you can see this, but essentially this is what they put here, and it's a little hard to read because they don't, the logos they didn't want to, give too much credit to. But this was a page load speed test powered by GT Metrics. So I don't know how they had these pages loaded, but they probably looked at pages, and then whatever the case was, they rebuilt them in ClickFunnels 1.0 and then 2.0. So they compared ClickFunnels 1.0 and 2.0 to Fast Pages, Shopify, Kajabi, ConvertTree, Kartra, Keep, Lead Pages, and Groove Pages. And these are the times up here: 2.2, 5.0, 1.9, 1.6 Kartra, 2.7 Keep, Infusionsoft 6.8, Lead Pages 4.8. And look at this great advertisement they gave for us, 1.1.
They're basically saying we're the fastest page builder in town.
Yeah, thank you,
Thanks.
ClickFunnels. We appreciate that. Now, having said that, they were candid about where they stood here last time at 1.8, which that says they were the second fastest out of everybody.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
I don't buy that number.
I'll let you say that. Thank you.
I don't
Because
buy
I didn't
that.
want to say it. I didn't want to say that. Thank you. And then here they are beating everybody. I'm not sure. I guess it's page per page or whatever the case is. But whatever the case is here, they're beating us. They're saying, okay, we'll take their word for it, whatever, at 0.9 and we're 1.1. All right, so we'll give them that. Let me take this out of the stream here. I want to actually give some full context about what ClickFunnels 2.0 is. And Donna, did you want to make a comment on that before we moved on? Just that?
About the page load speeds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the new ClickFunnels 2.0 is showing a 20% speed increase over Groove Pages. And that's really good. Congratulations. And we're not done yet.
Yeah, right. And we still have our
Yeah.
things. All right, so here we go, John. I'm trying to keep this smile off my face, but I'm gonna be frank with everybody on exactly the experience that we did. So ClickFunnels says that they've been doing this for 18 months. I don't I don't know about that. But let's just say that they might have had some talks about doing this. I do happen to know, and I'm just going to say it, from some inside information, people that were with the company and that had reached out to us and were looking for jobs and different things like that. What we were told, and this is what we were told, so this is not fact, this is what we were told. And I don't think that there's anything to be ashamed of here for them and what we're about to say, because they're doing ClickFunnels 2.0, high five, right? Yeah. So apparently what happened is Groove came out, and we were clunky when we came out, but we had a pretty big promise. We were Babe Ruthing, saying right over there, this is what we're doing. And we created Kartra, Webinar Jam, EverWebinar. We're a pretty formidable partner. If you look at your history, nobody ever thought you were going to get rid of lead pages, and you were just asked, he can try, but lead pages is too big. And then a year later, nobody ever mentioned that word again. So it goes like this. Support started saying, hey, we're getting a lot of cancellations for people going to Groove. Well, you need to tell them why it's better. Okay, and then these conversations kept happening more and more. Hey, look, the rates are like this. We had our, one of our highest month in cancellations, and essentially, when the argument of, well, you need to show them why it's better, it became, you really should take a look at what they're doing with Groove. There was a meeting, a board meeting.
Oh, ClickFunnels was getting the cancellation.
Yes, yeah. They had a meeting, and they were shown the platform, long demo, and it can do this, and it can do this, and as anything would start, yeah, but they don't have this, and then almost in a place where the person giving the demo had to curb their enthusiasm a little bit. What ended up happening, and this I can only surmise, but because we were just told they had a meeting, so I don't know what happened after the meeting. But now this, I'm reenacting. It could only be, yeah, that's some pretty good stuff, but they're never going to be better than us. But we should consider putting some money into this to do this. What would that look like? And they've probably put everything on the table. Do we do what we're currently doing and improve it? And do we add this? And do we add this? And do we add this? And very, very difficult conversations. And I give them all the credit in the world for doing what they did. This is what they said they were going to do. Get ready. All right. We're going to scrap ClickFunnels. And we are going to rewrite every line of code from an open bracket and start from scratch. Okay, so let's go from there.
And they would have to, because of the way that their pages currently load.
Yeah. Look, they
couldn't improve that very much.
They could have improved, but it would have been like improving
right.
Infusionsoft, like what happened there. And they, to compete with us, I think they did the right thing. And they rewriting their entire platform on React, which is a JavaScript network. And they're doing some cool things with like two different people could be in there, and you could see who's editing at the same time, like a Google Doc and stuff like that. So now they are going to do products. They're going to have a visual canvas. Let's assume they have affiliate. They said they're doing marketing automation, emails, texts, and all that stuff. So they're bringing back their Actionetics. They're going to be adding some, they spoke about page speed, SEO. They're bringing some Groove Pages aspects out, so you can build sites now with global blocks and navigations and global footers. Okay, welcome to the game. They bought Voomly, so they're going to have a real legitimate CMS, a membership site platform. And they mentioned some things about Cart. I can't help but think that for them to come out with all of these different things, they had to look at our list of stuff in our menu and said, do we want to go there? And they purchased some companies, and they said they're going to do some things, and some of them they're going to do really, really good, and some they're not going to do a full Groove Cart, but they said they're going to have a store with all these different things. So
why are you smiling?
Okay.
Mike and I have been smiling since the minute we heard this announcement. We have not stopped smiling since the minute we heard this announcement.
Let me tell you why I'm smiling.
Yeah, let me in on the joke.
All right. It's not a joke. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
The shit-eating grin, dare I say, it comes from this. If I pulled up my Skype conversation I can promise you this is what it said. When it was coming in, Donna was giving me a play-by-play. A new slide would come in, and they also said this. And I said, this is great news. Welcome back to the game, ClickFunnels. I'm really proud of Russell and that's not why I'm smiling, but this is what I was saying. I said, I'm so happy that we have a formidable competitor. And Donna's like, absolutely, they're going to make us better. And I said, I feel really good about this. I like Russell. He's a good guy. And this is a good thing for ClickFunnels. I'm so happy that it's just going to be us and them, and we have something to compete, and it's Coke and Pepsi, and we're going to go. And I said, okay, this is great. And I truly meant that. I say, like, I didn't have any fear. I always felt that, hey, they're going to do what they're going to do. We're going to be better at certain things. They'll be better. And whatever the case is, there'll be two players in the industry. So then Donna said to me, oh, and I just found out they're not coming out until March. And my reaction in the chat was, bah, ha, 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 ha. And then I said it again with, ha, ha, ha. I said, are you kidding me? This didn't go live today. This is not live. This was screenshots, and a couple of people can get in for early access beta, enter your name and email, but they showed a demo, but like that was it. And Donna said, yeah. And so then we all started having a conversation in the company. Oh, this is us in 2019. This is us saying our future products, we're going to have this, and we're going to have this, and we're going to have this. So then more information came out. Can you import funnels from the old ClickFunnels to the new? No. What about all my stuff here on my domains and cookies? No, you're going to lose all that stuff.
All the affiliate attribution.
All the affiliate attribution will be, it's a new domain that you're going to publish to. Then,
which is what Webinar Jam did last year. They went over to a new platform, no input, no import, no anything. And that's the moment that a lot of people decided that they were going to find a new live webinar platform.
Yeah, they tanked.
Yeah.
So there's more. The ClickFunnels, every template in ClickFunnels. Okay, let's assume they go and they redo them, and they'll have, but they have to redo all their templates. And guess what? They can't do. They can't do them until the platform's ready. We had the same problem. That's why we had those disgusting wireframes for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So we had templates that we had to take out because we did them outside the builder, and certain things couldn't be edited. So until your platform is perfect, you can't have templates. Their entire ecosystem with everybody where you can go and buy templates, delete, obsolete, completely obsolete. Every one of those designers is going to have to wait for the platform to be ready. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to have to republish that marketplace. So here's my prediction.
Are they going to shut down
one? Oh, it gets worse.
Are they going to shut? Are they going to actually shut
and
one down?
I know that he's going to have to correct this because there's so many missteps here. Not being able to import, losing the affiliates, and not shutting down 2.1 or 1.0.
So there's going to be a legacy platform that if you want to keep, you're going to have to pay like $59 a month. But you won't be able to build new funnels on it. Everything's coming over to the new platform. So you're going to have to pay your new ClickFunnels bill and your old bill. They're deciding to do this to themselves. So here's my prediction. March will be June. June will turn into July. So around March, they're going to announce that it's June. June will be July, and it'll come out August 5th.
That's my birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Freedom Day. Yeah. Well, I hope it comes out Freedom Day. Because folks remember this. And I'm saying this with if they make it in March, great. Welcome to the game. Everything that I said before that, cool. That's great. But here's what I know. John, you know what it was like when we launched our platform. All of the features that they had already, they're going to have to rebuild. They're going to have to rebuild the integrations. Oh, what happened to this? You used to integrate with them. Yeah, it's a new platform. So here's what they have just become. In March, if they come out, which they won't, I guarantee you it'll be June. In June, they are going to be groove pages in June of 2020. They're going to be 2 years behind us from now until the end of time. And so now this is what I picture. And if not, congratulations, high five, welcome back to the game. If they do everything they do. I'm just saying we're a talented team of developers. And it took us 2 years plus to do this, and then another year to iron out the bugs. And we're still working on our platform. And I think they will get it right. They will just be behind us. So here's what's going to happen. Do you know how much everybody loved us, John, when we said, are you not happy with your current website? Ooh, did you hear they're getting in the game? And we got in the game. Then we had a whole year to tease. This is some screenshots. This is what's coming. Oh, this is great. And then it finally came out. You know what everybody said? Oh, this is great. You know why they didn't freak out on us? Because they paid for lifetime access. And all right, it's going to be another month. When you're paying $2.99 a month and you're what we were a year ago, and then there's another platform called Groove out there, and all of this stuff, I've lost this, I've lost my cookies, there's no templates and all, a marketplace, and it's not working. And what happened to the button feature when I was able to do the animation? That's coming. And then the chatter's going to break out. Well, I thought that you guys said that this was coming out in March. I didn't know it was starting in March and it was going to be another 2 years. They cannot do it. It won't be possible.
And I'm paying monthly.
And I'm paying monthly.
Double, 2 times.
Yeah.
And not only that, I can't now, as Russell, I couldn't really say lifetime price during this beta or alpha. No, because just for one thing I can think of is that's the post where he called you out and you said this post won't age very well.
Yeah.
Just that alone, where he said the lifetime prices are,
Yeah.
BS.
Yeah. When Martin Bodeker said, hey, what do you think about, you had Mike Filsaime in your book, and he said, I love Mike Filsaime, but, and then, said, Mike does a software project and moves on. Yeah. Really?
So that's
Kartra, Webinar Jam, EverWebinar, those companies are still in place. Those weren't lifetime offers. Those are great companies, leaders in the industry. How would you not see us as somebody that's going to do something pretty significant? To think that I was creating a WSO. But anyway, having said that, we had 2 things that allowed us to get through it. Number 1, we were lifetime. And number 2, we were an all-in-one. There was no other place for them to go. With Russell, he's not lifetime. So why are they paying $2.99? And now they have the Groove alternative. He will forever be, let's not say 2 years, a year behind us. And we have more products still than than they have. We have a better Groove card, guaranteed.
100%.
And what they're going to do, guaranteed. We have Groove Video, which is like a Wistia type platform. Our our advanced products and affiliates and all those different types of things. So I say that if he gets all this stuff done, that's really great. There'll be 2 good competitors. It's going to make us better. But I just know reality. When all these things happened, then I found out that they were just bullet points on a slide. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And it's coming. And we couldn't have it ready for now. And we can't even say it's coming at the end of the year. It's coming in March. There was 2 former employees from ClickFunnels that created their own ClickFunnels competitor, a page builder. And the lady even said, hey, this could be, I could be biased and it could be sour grapes. So one of those types of expressions. But she went and wrote an article. And I said to the team, somebody had posted in there, I said, she literally said everything I'm thinking about everything that we're saying right now. And then one thing that she said was that the problem with ClickFunnels is their development team can't keep up with Russell's ideas.
She specifically said with what Russell wants to sell. But,
Oh, is that what it was?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the development team, not the company, the development team can't keep up with what Russell wants to sell. So we all had, hey, wouldn't it be great, John? You've been on in one of those calls. Can we get this? And it would be great if we can do this. And at a certain point, you realize, hey, development can only happen at a certain pace. And then here's the other thing that we didn't even talk about. It needs to be bug-free. It needs to be bug-free because we will be. And where are we going to be in March, which is really June, which will be July, which will be August 5th? Where are we going to be? It's practically a year from now. So welcome to the game, ClickFunnels, but we are now, not in terms of revenue, They got offered $1 billion. And by the way, they should have taken it, because I don't know if that's going to come around again if what I'm predicting is true. If they don't believe what happened to Lead Pages will happen to them, I hope that they've got a good development team. I really do. And if somebody pointed them to this, my words to them is, you better bring it, because we've already done it and you're just starting from scratch. And we're better than you. We're just better than you. You might be better marketers, but we're better developers. And I think that I don't know that we ever would have been able to tackle ClickFunnels. I think they would have always been the leader, and my attitude would have been like, well, great, use ClickFunnels, but use us for everything else. You still got to send email. You still got to have a membership site. Now that they're deciding to scrap that and compete with us, but be behind us, we've just leapfrogged them in technology. So, and that's one side of the spectrum. The other side of the spectrum is they get it right, and I'm wrong about everything. And then all of my words stand to when Don and I were having the conversation that I thought they were going to release it, and you have access now. That then all of my words about great, we have a great competitor in the industry, but within 24 months, it's just going to be Groove.
What'd you say?
It's just going to be Groove. That's it.
In 24 months.
Yeah.
He said it right here.
Wow.
Folks.
Yeah, I don't want to give them any ammo or any,
But look, like I said, if it was just marketing in the current ClickFunnels, we'd have a lot to compete against. But they're scrapping the code and making people pay for the legacy, and they're rewriting an entire platform to compete with us. And no matter what you say, they'll always be behind us.
Yeah.
It's just.
Did they mention pricing?
I don't.
Maybe not. All I know is that I've had conversations with people that do believe that it's going to be $99, $199, $299, $399, $499 on up, depending on contacts and mailing. And I'll just say this, again, inside information. They don't know how to do email. They were so bad at email that when they tried to fix it, and were told what it was going to be to fix it, they canceled Actionetics and just said, this is way beyond us. Now, can they do it? Absolutely. It's not rocket science, right? They will be able to figure it out if they do it right. But that getting email is the most complex thing about a software platform that can be done. And that means they're going to have to do it right this time and get the right IPs and the right servers and warm them up properly and all those different things that they didn't do the last time. And that also takes time. They're now behind us. And they chose to, I believe this 100%, that we looked and promised so well that they saw us as a threat, that their only choice was to scrap their code and start over. And they have us on their slides. There's no way they didn't say, well, that company has this, that company has this, and now they're looking to compete with us as an all-in-one platform rather than a funnel builder, which they said 2 years ago, we've decided we're good at one thing and we're just going to be a funnel builder. And then suddenly in a quick about face, the only thing that happened between now and then was Groove. And now they're competing with us. So good luck.
Now, excuse me, correct me if I'm wrong, because things could have changed in the development that I don't know of. But can't people currently import their ClickFunnels funnels into Groove now?
No.
Parts of it? No.
ClickFunnels blocked us.
Oh.
They put roadblocks in place every time we tried to have our importer work with ClickFunnels.
And
we found a workaround and they blocked that.
And we could figure out, you can scrape it. It'd be easy to scrape it. But what happened was our import URL was only working for about 30% of the sites. Mm-hmm. And we took it from here on the Trello board, took it out of the interface, and then moved it to here. And now it's, a 2022 project. In fact, we don't even talk about it anymore. Because
it'd be nice to find a nice workaround for all these poor people that have to pay $59.
Well, exactly.
That's a great point. That's something I didn't even think of. It's like, if ClickFunnels won't let you import your funnels, we will.
Right.
I think if ClickFunnels let you import your funnels, then maybe that would let us import their funnels too. I think that's the problem.
Yeah. Exactly. Because all we can do, this is basically what I said to the team. It was this simple in a conversation. I said, how are they blocking us? They said, oh, they figured out the IP to our servers and they're blocking. And I said, oh, so then why don't we just use a
Put in a
VPN?
VPN,
And
yeah.
they said, oh, yeah, we didn't think of that. But it doesn't work perfectly. I said, all right, so when it does, when we bring it back, we'll just use a VPN. You can't block it because then all it is it loads like a user. So we make it look like a random user and then we scrape it. So yeah, maybe we'll put that up there so that in March when
Sure, we could get that done before March.
yeah, when they say that you can't import, we'll have the subject lines that says
that's what I've been thinking the whole time you're talking here, right? Is yes, you can. Yes, you can still use your same stuff, just over here.
it's going to be an interesting 2022 indeed. And look, I'm just, this is my prediction. Would I be surprised or shocked if they did everything they say they would? A little bit, but like I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be like, okay, great. Like this, there's a lot of companies that are stepping up, and Kajabi with all their money is gonna be doing a lot more too. I don't think they see us as competition though.
Kajabi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. They should.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think so.
They're just they're in a different market that's they've just found out how to go out of our industry and find the regular world that is just
They've
doesn't even
crossed
know our
the
industry.
chasm.
Yeah.
You read that book, Crossing the Chasm?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they've crossed the chasm.
I didn't read it. I
Kajabi.
heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one, Thinkific. Do you know who bought them
No.
recently? Hotmart.
Hotmart, but Thinkific?
Hotmart, the Brazilian
Interesting.
company I was telling you about in the last podcast.
Interesting.
Rodrigo Teixeira and I were having a conversation. He believes, I think Hotmart is 10 times the company that ClickFunnels is, 10 times. And they're Silicon Valley, they're backed by money. They can kind of do anything they want. He says that there's rumblings going on in Brazil. It's getting out about, because it's our platform translated in Portuguese that can service the Portuguese market. They're launching next month. That he said he'd be surprised if Hotmart didn't come to us looking for an acquisition. I said, well, that's
Of Brazil.
yeah, that's not going to be easy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that won't be easy for them. But yeah, because we're gonna take over that market. All of the people he's created a syndicate in Brazil, and now with his launch, he's talking to all of the leaders in the industry, and they're all saying, "This is incredible. Had no idea you were working on this." He says, "Yeah, I wanted you to see it when it was complete." And they're all getting behind him for the launch. And he says that I believe it's possible that the Groove Brazil company, I told you this the other day, I think, or maybe Matt, that Groove Brazil can be as big or bigger of a company than
Group.cm.
Group.cm in the United States and elsewhere, only because of this. What happens in Brazil is like a domino. Once one falls, everybody falls into place. And we would own that entire industry over there. We're here, because we service people that speak in Portuguese with the buttons everywhere on their site. And there's a CEO over there that has our technology that speaks to them and creates products and courses and everything like that. He'll turn that into the ClickFunnels of Brazil, like what Russell did in the last 4 years with that company. And where here, we still have to get the word. There are so many choices for people with the convert trees and all these different things, and WordPress and different things like that. And that market is looking up to their leaders, and we might be able to just take it all over. So that's
Regardless, I don't think that we should never underestimate Russell. He's a brilliant marketer. He's a great software developer. He's got a team of, last I heard, he has over 300 people on staff. So he's got a huge company. So
Got an awesome clear whiteboard in his house too. Right?
my buttons don't work.
yeah, I think that if there's someone that's out there that could really compete with Groove as a company, it's Russell. And I love that. It reinvigorates me personally. I feel more excited about our company because we have a better competitor to make us better, to keep us on our toes. And I welcome that.
Yeah.
I welcome every single software out there to become an all-in-one service.
I don't underestimate them at all. I just think that they won't be able to meet the goals
Right.
and come out with a perfect product, bug-free, that has all the features that we have and that they said in March.
We know
Do
the
I-
reality
yeah.
of the
Do I think
development.
they can get there? Yes. Will they be a worthy competitor? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do I also think that there's going to be a shakeup when we've seen it? We're going to do this. Everybody loves us. Here's the screenshots. And then we went through the time of the 6 to 9 months of the bitching and the moaning, rightfully so, in our Facebook group that, hey, I'm trying to do a launch and blah, 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 blah. And they're going to go through that. And I just believe that when they go through that, the Groove is going to be able to be there to give all those people a big hug and say,
It's going to be a big March.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Russ.
And Joe, all those ClickFunnels
March right to
affiliates
us.
need a new place to land. So
yeah. So yeah, I certainly don't underestimate Russell. I think he's a great guy. I think his partner Todd Dickerson is also a great guy. Certainly not going to underestimate him. With a good passion and a good vision, if they hire the right team and scrap their old team and got a new team, or just got some React experts, what they put on the board was a lot of work. And it's easy to say you want to do something, but to not only do it, but then to get all the critical non-essential things working, which we're still working with. And guess what else has to get redone? We didn't even talk about this, John. Their knowledge base,
all their
their
training.
support, their training, all the YouTube videos.
There's something even bigger that I just thought of that you might have just said before, and I didn't really catch it. And that is all of their affiliates.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
It's all of their affiliates that are promoting or promoted ClickFunnels at a price X that are used to getting this much every single month in their check.
All that continuity is gone.
That's gone. And you know how many people
They'll
we've
have a rollover program.
but how?
They're gonna roll them into the new ClickFunnels and continue to pay the original affiliate on that.
if
That's
they
not what I heard, though.
That's not what I heard too.
Oh,
No,
and-
you-
yeah.
I mean,
No.
that's what I
How
said.
could
Tier
they?
2 is gone, from what I heard.
No. So here's
Like-
what I'm saying.
Right.
If I got John Cornetta to sign up and John's paying $299, and now John says, okay, I'm going to pay $59 now for Legacy, but I'm going to pay $299 for 2.0. I'm not going to get paid on that.
Oh no, I think you will.
Oh, okay.
But how many of those people
sure
are they
they-
going to lose
they do.
during that shuffle?
Right.
They're not going to get 100%. There's no way. I bet you they don't get 50%.
Oh no, they're just going to keep billing the people. They don't have to get their permission.
But I don't
I
have
don't
any.
know if you're still the affiliate. From what
You're,
I
you're
heard,
charging me $59 more now.
No, yeah, you're going to have to pay. They're going to give you 3 months to pay that, or they'll delete it. But they're not going to lose anybody, because they're going to say, this is your new dashboard. Whoa, where did everything go? Pay $59 if you want to keep the old. We're still billing you here. I can't believe. Trust me when I tell you they're going to give that for free.
Yeah, and they're going to get cancellations like left and right, is what I see.
Yeah.
Because now you're asking me to pay the same for something that's buggy and new and all that other crap. And so I think there's an opening there.
They're going to the picture of the Frankenstein, where they get the torches. They're going to be coming with their
Pitchforks and
shovels and torches, and they're going to say, "Don't close the old ClickFunnels. Why don't you just leave the old ClickFunnels forever and let us have both?" And they're going to go through all that. And look, these are things that we've had to deal with
Right.
with Webinar
through it.
Jam and Jam and different.
What was
things
our
like that.
biggest challenge when we launched Groove Cart back in the day? What was the biggest thing what we came up with again with affiliates? I mean, I'm already deep into Shopify.
Yeah.
I've already got a course over there, and I've
right.
already got
Oh yeah,
affiliates.
they're
over
killing
there.
the cottage industry.
It's gone.
Look,
They've got to recreate that.
I'm excited about. They've made this exciting for us. Like, we're going to be there with our popcorn watching this happen, because even if they get it right, we're still in the same place we were now.
Right.
But they have to do so much right. And I'm not saying that we even did it right.
Well, we did not.
We said we were going to do things, and it didn't happen as soon, but we had the lifetime behind us. They couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Here's my course on ClickFunnels that doesn't work anymore. By
Right.
Anthony Morrison. Or just threw that name out there, Anthony.
Yeah.
But all of those are going to be dead. All those courses are done.
Yeah.
They don't work
I
anymore.
think that right now
Oh.
at the beginning
Yeah.
of
That
now,
just gave me.
Yeah.
What's that? New Bar. Isn't that guy? He does everything on the
Yeah.
old. Wow.
So that can all be, hey, if you need to do some new courses and some new stuff, there's something already ready.
Yeah. He just
like
like.
we need to get our minions ready to help people transfer.
Yeah,
their
that's
stuff
what
over.
John's saying, is we're gonna have a welcome committee, move your business from Groove. All right, everybody. That wraps up the Groovy Marketer podcast. The Groovy Marketer, that's the name of our podcast. We've decided to name it. So that's it. We will see you every Thursday between 12 and 1 p.m.
No, yeah, I thought you
Oh,
switched
we're
on
moving to
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
We haven't. Yeah.
Oh,
right,
you
yeah.
haven't. You don't want to say it yet.
We don't know yet. We have to
Maybe.
see, but probably going to be moving the studio days to Wednesdays. Got to make sure it works for everybody. Works with Mike Jones, but that's going to be our intention. But we'll be seeing you weekly with the Groovy Marketer podcast. We hope you enjoyed this session, and we'll see you next week. Take it easy, everybody.